Hello, and welcome to Conversations with the Pros, the video series that helps educate current and future homeowners. My name is Janessa Peno, and I'm a real estate agent with Shore West in Southeast Wisconsin, and I'm absolutely thrilled that you've joined me today. Have you ever looked around your home and thought, my gosh, I absolutely need to make a change, need to add on, a kitchen or add it onto a bathroom, and really had no idea where to start? Well, stick around. So I'm super excited to bring to you my very first guest, and that is Rory with Fein Design in Grafton. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So do me a favor and tell us a little bit about what Fein Design is.
So Fein Design is a residential design build firm specializing in higher end residential projects, anywhere from custom homes to basement remodels, kitchens, master suites, anything residential. We've even done some projects for clients that are furniture design. So again, anything in the residential realm we deal with. We've done some light commercial, but that's really not our gig. So just for the past clients, maybe we'll help out with that, but mostly we're all residential. So
excellent. So tell me, from a 2020 perspective, and that was just such a fun year for everybody, but what did you guys learn, or what impacts did 2020 have on kind of the hottest trends that we're seeing today?
Okay, well, yeah, let's maybe start with the 2020 negative thing about, the whole COVID. Sure. I think we dealt with that part really well. Ironically, we had a few projects that the clients weren't there or were able to be somewhere else, so we could safely have contractors on site, socially distancing, if you will. The very few times where we had situations that wasn't the case, we wore masks and we did whatever we could to try and make sure everyone was safe. And we had no issues with anyone getting sick or anything like that to delay our projects, luckily, and thank God. But on another note regarding 2020 trends, I mean, I would say a lot of the projects we've dealt with have migrated towards using quartz for their counters as opposed to granite and other stones. I'm not saying that's 100% across the board, but quartz has been a big winner with that aspect. A lot of the cabinetry that we do, our cabinet guys that we work with can attest to this. Paint grade is kind of the thing. Yeah. That doesn't necessarily mean it's always white, but a lot of clients, we seem to be doing paint grade cabinetry and paint grade trim and painted windows. I would say maybe 1 out of every 10 projects might be more stain grade. So that seems to be a trend. The other thing I would say, design-wise, a lot of our projects are tending to be more simple and that transitional type of architecture where it still has traditional flair, but it's a little more on the modern end. So the panels of the cabinetry are simple, the trim is simple, the details are simple. So, for whatever that's worth, that's been a trend. And maybe the one other thing that I've noticed, if not in 2020, at least for the last couple of years, people are having more fun in the unique spaces, like a powder room where they do the wallpaper, the unique tiles, the interesting mirrors. Not that those spaces couldn't be that in the past, but it seems like that's just almost always what's happening now. People are having a lot more fun in those spaces. So
that's awesome. So going back to the first one that you had talked about with transition over to quartz more, why do you think that is?
That's a great question, because I don't know, quite frankly, that it's that much better than granite or more durable. I know it's more of a man-made product with emulsifiers and granite or marble pieces in it. But for whatever reason, the interior designers tend to really, be more molded towards wanting to work with that product. I think too, a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot of, but certain granites and marbles have a lot of movement in their stone. Now, to be fair, there is some that is more simple, but the quartz is a lot more simple. So again, going back to that trend of less movement and more simple. Maybe the quartz fits that bill a little bit better. So I could be wrong with this too, but I believe I might be able to get bigger slabs with the quartz versus the granite. It's kind of whatever they can quarry out of the earth, and the sizes might be a little more limiting. So I might be able to get it a little wider and a little longer for those bigger islands and such. So,
well, I would assume too, with that, going on that exact point, if you've got something that's super ornate and natural, right, that if you're looking for something that is bigger than that, you're limited, because you might not find another piece that's natural that actually matches with what you're finding. So quartz allows you the flexibility to have more symmetry throughout for larger spaces.
I think that's perfectly said. And not all of our clients, but quite a few of them will work with an interior designer to help pull all that stuff together. So just like what you said, depending on the simplicity and what other stuff is going on, that helps dictate what happens there. And so on that note, with trends, we've been doing tile backsplashes, for probably a decade or more. But they've been the more of a utilitarian piece where they were maybe a simple subway tile and not a lot of attention drawn to it. But lately, we've had a little more fun with that tile. And maybe that is in part to the counters being a little more simple. So, yeah.
I love it. So if a homeowner is looking at doing renovations, what are the key focuses that you would say that they should do so that they would get the bigger return for their investment?
I mean, the biggest one probably has to be the kitchen. Depending on what clients spend, I would like to think more often than not, whatever they put into it, they're going to get out of it. If it's done right and looks well, if they end up selling their home in short order after doing the project, they may not get 100% return on their investment, but it might make their home sell almost instantly when it's done right. Because a lot of even bigger homes that we walk into, the kitchens are just not well thought out or well done. So that's number one. I'd say probably the master suite is number two. And it's not even the master bath. It's thinking of the bedroom, the closets, maybe some built-ins, creating a suite, a spa-like experience. So those are the two big ones for sure. Due to COVID and people being home a lot now, finished lower levels, that's huge on the rise. Finished garages, that's huge. People wanting shops, people wanting a nicer garage, a place where they can actually socially distance and entertain and be out in a bigger space. Those garages, when they're finished, have solved that. In fact, we did a project for a client about maybe 6 years ago with no intention of having it be a socially distanced environment. And we finished it, made it really nice, and they've modified it that the one bay is no longer for a car, but for them to entertain some people, and they can all gather around in winter. I mean, in summer, to be fair, people are outside, but so yeah, that's another great venue. I think those are the biggest bangs for the buck if people want to put some money into their homes.
Excellent. So I know that this is kind of off topic a little bit, but what's like the craziest job that you've ever had to do?
Oh, craziest job, like as Fein Design or just in general?
I'll leave it at Fein Design.
Boy, I don't know. That's I guess I would answer that every job we do for the most part is unique, even if it's just a small bathroom to a multi-million-dollar custom home. We try and cater to our clients' goals, and when I do design or when we do design, more often than not, we'll come up with simple solutions and simple designs, and then I try to always throw a curveball design in there that makes us think outside the box. And most of the time, the client picks that design, and we evolve from that. I mean, as far as crazy projects that we've done some really interesting, modern, unique projects that I've learned a lot in doing and had great experiences with. However, living in Wisconsin, we're such a conservative state. This isn't New York, LA,
Sure.
Chicago. So it's rare that we get those clients that want to think outside the box and have a unique home with metal windows, arched roofs, exposed structure, cool elements that add to the architecture of the home and inspire people. So the projects that we've done that are like that, I would say those would be my crazy projects that I absolutely love and enjoyed working on. So
It allows you to be a little bit more creative.
yeah, maybe the craziest project that we did recently was a project during COVID out on Big Cedar Lake where we had a unique sculptural stair. In fact, it's the project behind me. And we barely conformed to headroom issues because of the size of the cottage that we were working on, literally by like an inch. Like it was so tight, and our precision that we had to be in. In fact, the metal fabricator that did the stairs came with his stuff, and it was wrong the first time, barely, but it was, and he had to go back and redo it just because it was so challenging. But that's what we're all about, It's a contractor, in my opinion, is only as good as when things go bad, how they resolve it, and that they don't walk away or leave it not done well. So,
Sure.
So yeah, challenging, fun, crazy, exciting. Yeah.
Love it. I feel the same about real estate. Like no two transactions are ever going to be the same, and it's really about how you get to the end. And I would assume that with design, no two houses are ever going to be the same. No two clients are ever going to be the same. So you just kind of have to figure it out and get them to the happy ending.
Yeah, we try and preach with our clients too on what you just said, that, hey, try and enjoy this journey, try and enjoy the ride, try to be open-minded, and it will be fun. And for the most part, our clients as of late have been that way, and it's been great for both parties, both them and us. So
Awesome.
by the way, if I could make a quick correction, you did say Fein Design out of Grafton.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
We're out of Mequon.
Oh,
Either way,
so
it's
sorry.
the North Shore, but yeah, no worries. I used to be in Grafton, but that was quite a few years ago. But
Okay, so you did. All right. So I'm like, I swear you were up there.
yeah,
Well, all right.
just quickly talking about that, we had our space in the Grafton Mill right on the Milwaukee River. Now we're in Mequon right on the Milwaukee River, so I'm still connected to the river, but that was such an amazing space, this couple 100-year-old mill. So I mean, I love where I'm at now, don't get me wrong, but that was a cool space. So
But you service Grafton, Mequon, really
all the North
everywhere,
Shore, yeah.
all over the North Shore. Okay.
Yeah, we've done a few projects out of state and up in northern Wisconsin too, but yeah, the North Shore is definitely our gig. So.
The big area. Awesome. So as we wrap up today, can you tell people how to find you?
Sure. I mean, you could check us out at www.feindesigns, as in plural.com. We've got a nice website, and obviously you could try giving us a call at our studio at 262-238-0774. Normally we're in between 8:30 and 5:30 every day. So otherwise just leave a message and we'll do our best to get back to you just as soon as possible.
And that's Fein, correct?
Yes. Thank you for correcting. Yes.
Oh, awesome. So, and you are on social media as well too. So Instagram and Facebook, so people can connect with you on there as well.
Yes.
Awesome.
Katie, my associate, she's way more on top of that than me. So she's definitely a leader in figuring all that stuff out. But I'm a little older, so the phone is more my gig. But anyway, yeah, we're on all that stuff.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I have absolutely loved our conversation, and I look forward to more in the future because we've got a lot more topics to cover when it comes to design, I'm sure.
I look forward to it as well. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you. If you know of a professional in the housing trades that would be interested in connecting with me for this video series, please send me a private message with their contact information. And for all of your real estate needs, either here in Southeast Wisconsin or anywhere else, I would be happy to help. Give me a call. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.